I think Cleveland will be on the bottom end of that, and I also think the Nets will again underachieve.
On today's Wind Up Wednesday edition of the Odd Coaches Podcast, Dr. Adams and Coach Francis preview the 2022-2023 NBA season. Welcome to today's show.
The Odd Coaches Podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills, to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress, to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Greetings and salutations and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and with me today is my tag team partner, the Eddie Kingston, to my John Moxley in AEW, the icon, the showstopper, the main event, and the reason why we are here, Coach Mike Francis. And Coach, it's Wind Up Wednesday. The NBA opens this week. I'm excited about it. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Man, I just love talking to you because you crack me up. And looking forward to doing this NBA season preview. So games tipped off last night, folks, but we're going to do our full preview today. And I hope our thoughts and ideas carry all of us through the season. So in segment one, we're going to talk about the race to the top. We're going to talk about the top 8 teams to make the 6 guaranteed playoff slots. So who are the 8 teams to watch for the top 6 playoff spots in each conference? So Mike, for me, and feel free to disagree after I give you my 8, add, subtract, Eastern Conference. This is in no particular order, but these are the 8 I think competing for the 6. Philadelphia is going to be in the top 6. I can't argue. I don't think anybody can argue with that. No. Brooklyn, Boston, Miami, even though I think Miami is declining assets, I think they're going to be 5 or 6. But, you know, when you give Tyler Hero that kind of contract, man, good luck with that. And again, Tyler, congratulations, cash the checks. But, you know, that's not elite. That's elite money. That's not elite playing. I'm on the Cleveland bandwagon, and you're laughing at me last week, but I think Cleveland's going to be top 6. I think Donovan Mitchell in the Eastern Conference is going to be a difference maker to make Cleveland a top 6 team to get cleanly into the playoffs. Milwaukee is going to be in, okay? Milwaukee's top 6. Atlanta, I don't know if they're going to be top 6, but they're going to compete for it because everybody like Trae Young. But there comes a point where you got to switch on that screen. I keep telling people there's going to come a point where the game's going to be tight and you got to switch, get over top or whatever, and he's going to look at you and you're going to be disappointed. And watch out for the Raptors, okay? Watch out for the Raptors. I think they could be top 6. So, Mike, out of this 8, is there anybody that's ridiculous or do you agree, disagree in the Eastern Conference? What do you think?
I think Cleveland will be on the bottom end of that, and I also think the Nets will again underachieve. So that's my belief. It's somewhere along the line. Kyrie's gonna go Kyrie. You know how they say a tiger go tiger.
Yeah.
Kyrie's gonna go Kyrie, and then it's gonna cause issues with the season.
All right. So in the Western Conference, here are the 8 that I think are going to compete for the 6. Minnesota. They traded like real assets for Rudy Gobert. Again, I'm not mad at Rudy. Rudy didn't say trade the house for me. But if you do all of that, you got to be in the top 6. So that's why I got Minnesota there. Golden State, say what you want, and I'm going to say a lot over the course of the season, but they're going to be in the top 6. So that's no argument. It's Clipper time, baby. It's Clipper time. John Wall, playoff Pete, and the claw is back. And that's Oh, the people need to know. The Baron Ron Raschke AWA reference. Clippers are gonna be in the top 6, man. Memphis, they're playing, man. Nobody gonna yell at me about Memphis. Dallas should compete for top 6. Luka is gonna carry them. Shut up in advance. Denver's gonna be in the top 6, man. Denver's gonna be in the top 6. Phoenix is gonna be in the top 6. I think New Orleans is gonna hang around, man. I think New Orleans is gonna hang around. Mike, any thoughts, man? Because that's why I can't look at the screen right now.
Yeah, you know it's crazy. You know I'm right, but I'm gonna let it be for right now. We're gonna let it go. I will say this: don't see the Lakers doing big things with what they got. It's gonna be tough for them this year. And as far as the Clippers are concerned, those 3 you mentioned won't play a combined of 150 games between the 3. That would be 50 games apiece, and I don't see it happening for those 3.
Yeah. So talking about New Orleans and Zion, I'm in the car with Point Five, and I'm mentioning Zion, and he said, "Man, Zion looks like he's in shape. He's like whatever." And I said, "Yeah, Mike and I mentioned last week. Mike doesn't think he's going to play 45, and I think he's going to play 60." And I said, "I need a tiebreaker." So I called Fowler. Said, "Fowler, coach, what's up?" I said, "How many games Zion gonna play?" And he said, 45. I said, "Damn, did you play for me or Mike Prince?" He said, "Man, I'm not playing him in any back-to-backs. I'm not doing it." So right there, we got him.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, you can throw that in the group chat.
Sure will.
When we come back on the iCoaches podcast in segment 2, we're going to talk about the race to the bottom, 7 to 10, and see who's going to go after Victor Wembanyama on the iCoaches podcast.
Your favorite guy.
There is an old business adage that says, what gets measured and monitored gets done. It is also fact that deadlines spur action. That is what the CKA SAVE Project academic monitoring service can do for student athletes. Measure and monitor their academic progress to improve their grades. Our academic monitoring services provide ongoing academic support for student athletes for a designated period of time. Our academic success coaches work with student athletes on time management and organizational skills, along with improving their ability to self-advocate. Every few weeks, our academic success coaches meet with student athletes to assess their academic progress, as well as provide ongoing academic advising. If needed, student athletes have access to CKA Learning Specialists who provide virtual core subject academic support for student athletes. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free virtual consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast in segment 2 as we share teaching strategies for middle school students. We are going to talk about the race to the bottom. So play-in or lottery is the game we're going to play with my tag team partner. So Mike, when I give you the Eastern Conference team, and we're only talking about the last 7, tell me if you think they're in the play-in argument or the lottery argument. Charlotte Hornets, play-in or lottery?
Play-in.
All right. Washington Wizards, play-in or lottery?
Lottery.
New York Knicks, play-in or lottery?
Lottery.
Chicago Bulls, play-in or lottery?
Play-in.
A lot of injuries.
And go back to Charlotte. Charlotte is lottery. Sorry.
Okay. Orlando Magic with the number 1 draft pick, play-in or lottery?
Lottery. They'll get number 1 draft pick again next year.
Indiana, play-in or lottery?
Play-in.
Detroit Pistons,
Lottery.
play-in. Okay. All right. So now in the Western Conference, and again, fans, these were in no particular order. So when I say the name, Mike, don't scream at me. Los Angeles Lakers, play-in or lottery?
Play-in.
Sacramento Kings.
Lottery.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Lottery.
Houston Rockets.
Lottery.
Utah Jazz.
Play-in.
Utah's got nothing left. They did a fire sale.
Yeah, but you
Last one to leave Utah, cut the lights off.
Yeah.
New coach, and the new coach is like 12 years old. I mean,
the greatest regular season program.
not
Organization.
you won't say that after week 6, where they're like 4-18. San Antonio Spurs. Can Pop do it one more time?
I thought he retired.
No.
Lottery.
And the Portland Trail Blazers and America's loyalist player.
Play-in.
Play in. All right. So, fans, Victor Wembanyama is possibly the number 1 pick. He'll be the number 1 pick. Scoots Anderson, I think his name's going to be the number 2 pick. So between the people we had in the top 8 and the teams we have in the lottery, there appears to be a lot of tanking that may take place during this NBA season. Mike, if you are a team like the Washington Wizards, I'm going to use them as a case study because we are local to the DC area. How do you approach the season? Do you play it straight up until Christmas and then you see where you are? Or do you just play the young players now and just know you're going to underperform? How would you do that?
No matter who they play, they're going to underperform. I don't think you can that whatever strategy they've been using forever since Wes Unseld left as a player ain't working.
Wow.
Maybe once when DJ was there and they had a nice little run, but that's it. Like there is no strategy when you're mediocre. You run mediocre. The attitude is mediocre. It starts from the top. Mediocre. There are no the expectations is to get into the first round of the playoffs. That's the expectation. If they gave rings out for that, the Wizards would be dominating if you just got first round rings, but you don't.
All right. So we're going to go from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast to close the segment. Los Angeles Lakers. They tried Russell Westbrook coming off the bench, and he has a hamstring tweak. You are a legitimate Los Angeles Lakers fan. You are not haterade or anything. LeBron is I can't even say he's a depreciating asset. He's still playing at a ridiculously high level and can be a contributor. Heck, I think for the next 3 to 5 years at the rate he's going in terms of just being able to contribute. But man, Anthony Davis just for whatever reason doesn't stay healthy. You got Dennis Schroeder, you got a new coach. I can't even name your 5. How are you approaching the year? Because you're not winning a title.
You would think that they would approach the year more like what you were talking about earlier with the Wizards, as far as getting to December, and then after December trying to figure out just tinkering with lineups maybe until then. But if no one is healthy, I don't know what you're going to do. And bringing Westbrook off the bench was a good idea. He can't be on the floor with Braun and AD. He doesn't know how. He only knows one way. And he needs to be surrounded by people who allow him to do that.
Yeah, and one of the things that I just wish was that Allen Iverson did that to extend his career a little bit. If he was just willing to be that plug on that second unit. So, all right. So fans, in segment 3, we're going to talk about season-long win totals, strictly for entertainment purposes only, in terms of who will go over, who will go under, and who do we possibly want to bet on. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches Podcast.
The reviews are in for Dr. Keith Adams' book, Finding the Balance, My Personal Journey to Academic and Athletic Success. College professor and student athlete academic expert Dr. Lisa Rubin said, "There is nothing out there like this book, so I do hope people will pay attention and give it a read." Former George Mason standout Folarin Campbell said, Consider this book an opportunity to work directly with Dr. Adams, just like I did. I assure you that there will be something you can take away that will be useful to you throughout your personal journey. Ryan Waite, a recent college graduate who is a software engineer, said, "I like how the book is based on research, which makes it good for general students as well as student athletes." The book serves as both a memoir to Dr. Adams' 30-year academic and athletic career, as well as an instructional guide to assist student athletes, parents, coaches, teachers, and administrators navigate through the challenges of finding a better balance between academic and athletic success. The book includes over 15 personal stories and anecdotes from Dr. Adams, along with numerous former players and colleagues from a variety of sports and endeavors. You can order your copy at www.ckasaveproject.org. From the main page, simply click CKA Save Project Services and order the Find the Balance book. For more information, contact Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast. In segment 3, we're going to do season-long win totals, strictly for entertainment purposes only. Mike, when I give you the team, I'm going to give you their projection, over, under, and tell me if you want to bet on them. All right? And we're going to do all 30 teams. I think we're going to go in alphabetical order. Atlanta Hawks, 45.5.
Over.
Okay. We're going to put 10 on the Hawks.
Yeah, over.
Okay.
10 on the Hawks for over. I like that. Good idea.
Right. Boston Celtics, 54.5. Over or under?
Over.
We putting 10 on the Celtics?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Brooklyn Nets. Wow, that's disrespectful. 29.5.
Can I abstain?
Come on, man. We got a show to do. 29.5 is disrespectful.
Under.
No. Come on, no, man. Kevin Durant. Okay. Charlotte Hornets, 36.5.
Under.
Okay. And just tell me who you want to put it on. Bulls, 42.5.
Not with the injuries. Under.
Okay. Cleveland, 47.5.
Under.
Dallas, 48.5.
Is Brunson still there?
I don't know. 45 is upstairs.
I think if Brunson is there, they over.
All right.
Not the under.
Denver Nuggets, 51.5. Game.
Under.
Look at that respect for the Nuggets. Put some respect on the Denver Nuggets.
This ain't a popularity contest. This is wins and losses.
Detroit Pistons, 29.5.
Over.
Golden State, 52.5. I pause too.
That's a tough one. That one's a tough one. Oh.
They just gave Andrew Wiggins money. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
and they just gave Jordan Poole money. So they
it
said
ain't about the money. It ain't about that. It's about that fucking Shauna. That's what it's about. I don't know if you can ever be my teammate. We can't be teammates. We can't. I'm sorry.
52, so you'll go under.
No, I gotta go under because we can't. The chemistry ain't gonna be the same. And you have to fight me every day when I see you.
Okay. Houston Rockets, 23.5.
John Wall didn't been
No.
last couple of years anyway. Then he left.
Didn't they get Jalen Smith or somebody like that?
I'd say under.
Okay. Indiana Pacers, 23.5.
Over.
Los Angeles Clippers, 52.
Under.
And Los Angeles Lakers, 44.5. That's barely over 500.
Under.
Memphis Grizzlies, 49.5. Memphis can win 50?
Under.
All right. Miami Heat 49.5.
Over.
Wow. Milwaukee Bucks 52.5.
Over.
Yeah, I think the Bucks is gonna be popping. I think the Bucks gonna be popping. Minnesota Timberwolves 48.5.
Under.
New Orleans Pelicans 44.5.
Under.
New York Knicks 28.5.
Oh, I gotta come back. I'll come back to that.
Over or under on the Knicks?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking under, man.
They're gonna be better.
They
Made some trades and
ain't
some
a lot.
signings.
That ain't a lot.
Go over on the Knicks. Come on, New York City. Look at here. The child. Anyway, Oklahoma City Thunder 23.5. They got nothing. You can't play a draft pick.
Under. OKC under.
Orlando Magic 26.5.
Over.
Here's where we lose our money because we're going to be tantalized.
I'm not.
Philadelphia 76ers 51.5.
Over.
Okay. Phoenix Suns 52.5.
Under.
Portland Trail Blazers 39.5.
That's crazy. Under.
Sacramento Kings 34. I'm sorry, 34.5. 34.
Damn. Under.
I'm leaving him alone. San Antonio Spurs 24.5.
Over. Come on, man. Pop gonna get 24, man. He gotta get 24, man.
He got to get 25 to win.
But that's disrespectful.
Toronto Raptors 47.5.
Under.
Utah Jazz 24.5. So it's not the playoffs anymore for the Jazz. 24.5. Can Utah get to 25? There's nothing to do there. They tend to play well at home.
Over.
All right. And finally, last but certainly not least, shout out to Nice Jasmine. We need to catch up. Washington Wizards 35.5.
You asking?
Over or under, baby. They got Bradley Beal. They got who they draft this year?
Under.
What about Rui Hachimura? He's gonna be there.
What is he selling sandwiches or something? I don't know who that is.
All right.
Is that the restaurant in the building?
Stop it.
Is that the
Stop
chef of the restaurant upstairs? Behind the goal? Is that the chef?
All right. So fans, we
Was
have
that the
gone
DJ
through
down
the
on the floor?
NBA, gave you some thoughts, some ideas to think about as the season tips off. Mike, anything to add before we close, my friend?
No, I'm looking forward to it. Last night my wife says, "Okay, when does LeBron start?" She don't care about the NBA, so to speak, as much as she do LeBron. That's her favorite player. She loves both of my wife and my daughter. They love basketball. Love basketball.
Well, fans, it's the most wonderful time of year for me and being a former coach. We're taping this at a time where I would be at a practice as a college coach, either as a college coach or a high school coach, because I like to go to practices. So
Yeah, illegal practice, high school, but you go ahead. I
no,
understand.
not me. Not me. I would be at a practice watching a college practice.
Okay.
I don't bootleg. That's y'all bootleg way more than the people I know bootleg, but that's a side conversation.
Not me.
So on behalf of my tech, you can ask my players. They used to come to me and say, "But I saw
Such
them
and such practices." Yeah. I can't do it though.
Not
we
me,
can't
man.
do it. Yeah, we can't do it.
So on behalf of my tag team partner, Coach Mike Francis, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching. And again, thank you to our new viewers. It's exciting. Shout out to super producer Kelly for his award nominating.
Congratulations, Kelly.
We hope you win, sir, and we hope we're celebrating. So we'll see you next time on the Odd Coaches Podcast.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches Podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches Podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches Podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach Franchize. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches Podcast.